Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today I'm really excited to share with you a new eyeshadow palette that I've got my hands on. So somebody reached out to me offering to do a makeup swap, so we swapped eyeshadow palettes. I sent her a palette that I no longer wanted, but that she was interested in, and then she sent me the Anastasia Beverly Riviera palette. I cannot quite believe my luck with this, to be honest. As you all know, I am on a no-buy year, so I've just used one of my 3 treat buys to buy the Too Faced Pretty Rich palette, so it meant that I would not have been able to get this for myself, having used my treat buy, unless I asked for it for my birthday in June or something. So I could not believe my luck when this girl who reached out to me offered to swap for this palette. So I've been very lucky. I got this absolutely free and I can't believe it. So here is the packaging. First of all, it's really cute and sort of nautical themed. And then here is the back, and then obviously you've got the picture of the eyeshadows here as always. So opening up the box, we've got the same blue and white stripe pattern on the palette itself. And then opening it up, we've got the eyeshadows. Now these are absolutely beautiful shades. I wasn't sure whether I really wanted to pick this up as one of my treat buys because it is very bright, it's very out there. This hot pink shade here and this purple as well are pigments rather than eyeshadows. So again, yeah, I wasn't really sure if it was for me. I really do like the look of the shimmers though, but I was considering not getting it because I wasn't sure if it was worth one of my only 3 purchases in 1 year, but I'm so happy that I've managed to get my hands on this with no cost whatsoever. So I'm going to do some swatches for you. I have not swatched these yet, and I'm really excited to, so I'm just going to get straight on with that, and then I'm going to do a tutorial for some kind of look. I can't do anything too out there today because I do have work this evening, but we're going to have a play around. But first, into the swatches. Okay, so here I'm going to swatch the first 4 colours. And I'm just doing 2 swipes for each one. So this is the first shade here, Sails. This one is Yacht, and that is a really pretty bronze colour actually. This one is Seychelles, and that is a beautiful shimmery blue. And then that is the shade Palermo, I think is how you pronounce it, and that's a really nice sort of shimmery hot pink. Okay, so next we have the shade Seaside, and that is a really pretty colour. That's sort of like a silvery bluish purple. That's really pretty. And then we have the shade Inheritance. That's a really nice bright yellowy goldy colour. Then we have Mediterranean, and then down here we have Estate. And I totally missed my arm for that, so I did just have to swatch that off camera. But that is that one there. It's a really nice transition shade. Okay, so next up we have the shade Cabana. Then Coastline. Then Bahamas. This one is one of the pigments. So it's really pigmented, that one. And then we have Monte Carlo. Then finally we have 2 more pigments. This one is Cannes. Wow, that is beautiful, that purple. And then we have the shade Palm. So yeah, these are all the swatches. They all swatched amazingly. The mattes in this are amazing, as always with ABH formula. There are obviously 3 pigments in this one, which I'm realising do stain. I've not really worked with pigments before rather than eyeshadows, but yeah, so the pigments in this palette are this hot pink here, and then this purple and this brown at the end, and they are all absolutely beautiful. But yeah, that purple one did just stain at my finger a little bit. As for the shimmers, no complaints there. They are just like all the other shimmers from ABH formula. They are amazing, as you can see. I will just do a close-up of the swatches now, and then I will get into my tutorial. Okay, so I've already primed my eyes. I'm just going to go ahead and take the brush that comes with the palette. And to start off with, I'm going to go in with the shade Estate. And I'm just going to pop that into my crease and blend it up to my brow bone. Okay, one thing to note is there's quite a lot of kickback in the pan. As you can see here, I've only pressed my brush in very, very lightly. I've just sort of lightly tapped it on, but as you can see there is a lot of kickback. I only dipped my brush in 4 times there, and that is how much has come up. So next I'm going to take the shade Coastline, and I'm just going to do exactly the same with that. Pop it into my crease and then blend it up. This is a really, really nice peachy colour. This whole palette is giving me holiday vibes, and I really want to go away. My parents have actually just come back from Italy. They went to Verona for my mum's birthday, and I'm insanely jealous. I would even, you know, happily go on like a caravan holiday in the UK. I'm just that desperate to get away somewhere and have that holiday feeling, you know. Somewhere tropical or like a nice city break somewhere would be ideal, but at this point I'm happy to take anything that comes. Okay, next I'm going to take the shade Cabana, sort of mustardy yellow, and I'm going to pop that in my crease, or in my eyeball. Ouch. Yeah, that went straight in. These brushes are not kind to the eyeballs. They're quite rough. And that is not the first time I've done that. Okay, no, this doesn't look like it's getting muddy at all, so that's good. They're blending really nicely together. Okay, next I'm going to take some of the shade Monte Carlo. Sort of nice pink shade, not the pigment, that might be a little too much. And I'm going to pop that over my lid, just on the outer half, third, just the outer part. Please do excuse the noise outside, by the way. My next door neighbour is drilling or sanding something and it's very loud. I'm quite liking this colour actually. I'm going to bring it a little bit further over on both eyes. It's more sort of subtle and muted than I thought it was going to be, which is good. That's a good thing. But it looks like it is easy to build up to get more of a bright colour if you want to. Okay, now I have seen a look that I'm sort of taking inspiration from today. I can't remember the username though. Her name's Amanda, and I can't remember her username off the top of my head. I watched her tutorial of this palette, and this is basically what I'm taking inspiration from today. And she used the yellow shimmer shade sort of as an inner corner, and it looked beautiful, so I'm going to do that today. I'm going to take the shade Inheritance on my finger and just pop that into my inner corner and blend it up onto the lid. Whoa. Okay, yeah, that's really pretty. You really don't need a lot of this on your finger either, that went a long way. And it's just blended into that pink shade absolutely seamlessly. It's beautiful. Now I normally do like some sort of like smoky outer corner just to, like part of me was tempted to take the shade Palm and like smoke out the outer corner a little bit, but actually I'm really liking just how it looks now. It's kind of natural, and I have got work later. I don't want to do anything too much, so I think I'm just going to put some of the shade Coastline, this one here, on my lower lash line. And then a little bit of the shade Monte Carlo again over the top of that on my lower lash line. But yeah, there we have it. I'm really happy with how that looks. I know it's nothing too crazy. There's a load of really bright colours in here that I could have played around with. But as I said, I've got work. I've got several days off after this though, so I'm going to play around with some brighter looks. Fingers crossed that won't look stupid on me. I don't normally go for really, really bright looks, but I am excited to play around with some of these. I'm a little bit nervous about this shade, to be honest. It's quite intimidating when you don't normally go for bright colours that are super pigmented. But I am going to give it a go, so at some point towards the end of next week I will be uploading another video with this palette, sort of we'll see like 3 or 5 looks, something like that, with one palette, and just give you my review after I've had a proper play around with all the colours in the palette. I'm just going to go and put some eyeliner and face makeup on, and then I will give you my opinion of the palette so far. Okay, so eye makeup is done. I've got my eyeliner on. Really happy with how it's looking. So next I'm going to do my face makeup. I thought I would film it. I am going to be using all ABH, obviously, because celebrating the new palette. So this is the bronzer in the shade Rosewood. Just looks like this. I think this is their lightest shade. I absolutely love this bronzer. I do also have it in the shade Tawny, which I think is the second lightest. Okay, so for blusher I'm taking my blush kit in the shade Radiant. It just looks like this. I absolutely love this. And I'm going to be taking the shade here called Breeze. Every shade in this blush kit, aside from the one I'm using now, has like sort of flecks of glitter in, which I don't mind because they're not that noticeable, and I think it's just sort of like on the top layer of them. I don't think it goes like all the way through, and it's really not that noticeable. But I know a lot of people have things against blushes with a glitter in them, but I don't mind so much. And then of course for highlighter we are taking the Amrezy highlighter. As you can see, this gets a lot of use from me, but I still have loads left. I use it almost every day and it doesn't seem to be disappearing. I actually have another one of these as well. I bought another one as a backup when it came back in stock. I don't think I'm going to run out of this one for a very long time. Considering how often I use it, it's crazy how I've still got so much left, and like there's not even really a dent in it. You can see like where's like my go-to area in it to put the brush, but it's not really made much of a dent at all. I love it. There's just something about the formula of this that I don't understand it, but I love it. Then for lipstick, sticking with ABH, we are taking the shade Pure Hollywood, I think. Yep. I'm just going to put some lip balm on first though, because my lips are so dry. I might do this off camera because it takes me ages. Okay, and yeah, you can see how dry and disgusting my lips are through this lipstick. Let's talk about the palette. Absolutely love it. You know, there's a lot of kickback in the pans, as you can see, especially with the mattes. But the shimmers are faultless as always. Absolutely love the ABH shimmer formula. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Obviously I didn't use too many colours today. I only used, what, 4? All the sort of peachy and yellow shades. But those are all really, really nice, as you can see on my eyes. I am so happy with how they've come out. They look great, they blend great. They just blend absolutely seamlessly into each other. Even the shimmers and the mattes, which I often find is quite hard to do with some other formulas. But that just... they went together so easily, it was crazy. I am looking forward to trying out some more of the colours, particularly the pigments, because I've not really worked with pigments before. I'm looking forward to seeing how they go, and I'm particularly excited to try and put this shade here into a look because it is stunning. It is so pretty. Stay tuned to see another video from me later in the week. I'm hoping to have it to you by the end of next week. Sort of showing you me and the palette a week later. See how we're getting on. See if I'm still friends with her, you know? First impressions of this palette are top notch. I'm so happy with it. You know, what you guys think of it down below. Do you have the palette? Are you thinking of getting it? You know, what are your thoughts? I would love to know. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming up soon. Let me know if there's any particular type of look you want me to try with that palette as well. You know, if there's any particular colours that you want to see me use, if there's any like beginner's tutorials you want to see using that palette, if you have picked it up and you're not really sure where to go with it, I can do a beginner's tutorial for you. So yeah, let me know in the comments and I will do that for you. Thanks again for watching guys, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.